What's good with YouTube? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a blessed and dope day today. This is episode 2 of Sunday Service. If you missed episode 1, I'll post a thumbnail. Go ahead and go back, check that out. We're going to keep this as a weekly thing. But I do have a question for all my viewers right now. You know what I'm saying? Are you locked in? Hashtag, are you locked in right now? That's the movement. That's what we on right now. So if you locked in, go ahead, put that hashtag in the comments. Let your boy know that you locked in on what's going on. And you'll be able to connect with a lot of other dope content creators as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, church was dope today. It was it was filled with God's, word, talking about God promises and how we need to be locked in to God as well, you know what I'm saying? Because all these earthly things that we sometimes, love and strive to obtain, you know what I'm saying? That's just crumbs to what God has promised for us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be locked in to God. We got to be locked into the word of Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Because in the end, that's what really matters, you know what I'm saying? That's the Alpha and Omega or whatever. And I want y'all to know that being locked in comes with things that, we can't even imagine on this earthly realm or whatever. But being locked in helps us fulfill God's will, God's purpose. And, God will take, one of your greatest setbacks and it will turn into a setup, you know what I'm saying, for his will and what he, intends for you to do, like in life, man. Like, it's just so awesome, knowing that we got a God, that loves us, a lot of times more than we love ourselves. When I look at myself in the mirror, sometimes I can, see the flaws and think about some of the, bad or negative things, but God doesn't see that. God doesn't, he sees the good in us even when we don't see the good in us, So that's why you are here, because, we have a purpose. We have a service. We have a purpose. We have, that's the reason why you here or whatever, because we are here to fulfill God's purpose or whatever. Like, before the beginning of time, you know what I'm saying? He uttered all our names, knowing, when we were going to be here, when we were going to have our timely demise. And, us living within us, listening to his word just gets us closer to his promise and what he has in store for us. I wrote down this because I wanted to make sure I got it right, because sometimes when we're going through things or whatever, we, could pray or whatever, for God to help us in those situations. But, prayer isn't to get the things that we want. Prayer is to get us closer to God and, and align us with his will. So I'm going to read a scripture, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and external weight of glory. So we will have trials and tribulations and afflictions and stuff like that, but that's just God working on us, in us, and through us. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never stops working on us. He never gives up on us. And it's up to us to listen to those whispers, pay attention to those words, and, and just stay locked in to, what he telling us to do. I consider you should consider yourself fortunate if you get the word of God, if you do get those whispers, because some people don't, you know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that can harden someone's heart, is when God stops speaking to them, or when they don't hear God's, word anymore. But I'm here to let y'all know that y'all are a first round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, in God's army, on God's team, we all first round draft picks. You know what I'm saying? We all got a purpose. We all, can do good in his will. in reference to, you know, affliction and going through things, it made me think about when I had my double heart surgery in 2009. Maybe a lot of people don't know this, but I had double heart surgery back then. And that was probably one of the hardest things your boy could go through. Like, I'm talking about, changed my life forever. I was marching in a band, you know what I'm saying, on a scholarship. I was playing basketball. I was going to play on the team, but the band offered me more money or whatever. I'm playing basketball 3 times a week, working full time, lifting weights, doing all of these things or whatever. And just like that, I get sick at work. I have double vision. I'm throwing up. Like, I'm thinking it's the flu. Not sure what's going on. But when my vision got blurred, I knew that something was a little bit more serious going on, and I needed to probably go in. Thank God I had roommates at the time. They was able to take me to the hospital, because I went from standing up to laying down the entire night and having surgery that morning. As I laid in that bed at night or whatever with my heart, you know what I'm saying, having crazy palpitations or whatever. Talking about heart just beating out of my chest. The on-call nurse, or whatever you call her or whatever, she was trying to send me home or whatever like that. She was just saying like, oh, you know, I don't see anything, this, that, and the third or whatever. Yeah, I think you should just go home and, you know, sleep it off, in a sense. Like, really, no medical recommendation that I felt comfortable with. And I, you know, politely told her, I need to see a doctor. I need a doctor, you know what I'm saying, to look at me. I respect your opinion, but I'm not leaving this hospital until I get another set of eyes on what's going on, because I ain't never experienced anything like this or whatever. So I get that second opinion after, you know what I'm saying, the doctors finally came in and they looked at me and they just like, yeah, so you have a buildup of 2 liters of fluid around your heart, and we need to do surgery ASAP. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, what kind of surgery? Like, heart surgery. I'm like, you telling me that I need to have heart surgery in the morning, and I ain't ever broke a bone. I ain't ever had any type of serious surgeries whatsoever. And now, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to have this life-changing surgery. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That whole night that I was laying there or whatever, as tired as I was, I just heard a voice telling me not to go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. And was I scared, terrified, and all those things? Yes, your boy was. But I made sure I listened to that word. I know now that that was God, you know what I'm saying, whispering to me and letting me know that you need to stay awake. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to, you know what I'm saying, stay in this conscious state so you can make it to the morning. You know what I'm saying? I go before the doctors in the morning or whatever. It actually took them almost close to the afternoon, you know what I'm saying, like 10-ish or whatever like that, to get things started, because they was waiting on this special doctor to come in. And when he got there, he couldn't believe, you know what I'm saying, that I was still alive. You know what I'm saying? Looking at my charts, looking at everything that he saw on his end, and was very upset with his team that they didn't, you know what I'm saying, call him that night. You know what I'm saying? The first thing he said to me, you know, happy to meet me, you know, introduce himself. And then he was just like, I'm surprised that you made it through the night, or something to that, you know, effect. And, you know, that scared your boy, you know what I'm saying, like, beyond any means. I can't even put words into it right now, for real. But man, like, just to hear that, to be like, no, I don't remember what he said. I'm surprised that you survived through the night, and I'm, you know, not sure why they didn't call me. You know what I'm saying? Like, at any moment, you know what I'm saying, it could have been your last breath, or you could have been in a situation where you needed this emergency surgery. So, you know, he got on his team a little bit, and then, you know, took me back and made it do what it do, you know. So yeah, God has definitely done things for me and showed me things in my life to let me know that I do have a purpose here in life. You know what I'm saying? Fast forward as a continuation to that story. This is when I was living in Jefferson City or whatever, because my child's mother was up that way, and I had all intentions on staying in Jeff City to stay closer to my child. So had no choice but to be transported to St. Louis because they had, a really good cardiologist here, and they had heart and vascular centers that was sought to be the best in the area. I'm not gonna say the country because I don't know the statistic on that, but basically the best place I could go was Barnes Hospital in conjunction with Washington University. Now WashU, they toppity top when it comes to things. Barnes, what I'm saying, outside of this situation, I'd have had some other experiences with Barnes Hospital, but if you're from St. Louis, if you know, you know. But yeah, I had to do rehab. I mean, I'm talking about spending months of, learning how to do everything all over again, to be able to take a shower, to be able to eat regularly, to sit outside was a struggle. Like, I couldn't even sit outside in like 70-degree weather because of the humidity, because it just had that much effect on my heart. But God, pulled me through. I'm at home, I rehab, I get better, I finally get back to a state of normalness, you know what I'm saying, where I'm taking medicine and I'm able to do for myself and everything else or whatever. So I'm good, to that degree. I get placed on disability, you know what I'm saying. They look out for me, in regards to health care, financial care, and for my children as well, you know what I'm saying, because when you get put on disability, they not only take care of you, but they take care of your dependents. So everybody good, Years later, a couple of years later, my mom's get sick or whatever the case may be. And it's to the point where she, needed somebody more than she ever have in her life. And had I not went through that situation for me to have, my setback, it was actually, a setup for me to fulfill my purpose and taking care of my mom full time. Because not to say that I wouldn't have moved back, to St. Louis to take care of her, but knowing my mom, she would have, said that I didn't need to, or, probably would have made things feel like they weren't, as serious as they were, for me to move back and that she was good or whatever. But God, I'm so glad that I did, come back, help take care of her, and spend the time that I did with my mom, because, through months and years of me being her, in home help and care and stuff like that, I didn't know that those would be my last years, with my mom. Like, I lost my mom in 2017. That was my best friend. Like, you talking about somebody that I could talk to and tell them any and everything with no judgment. Like, I miss that so much. Like, it is definitely that was life changing, man. Like, that was probably the hardest thing. No, it wasn't probably. It was the hardest thing that I went through in life. Even beyond my heart surgery, you know what I'm saying? And I'm fighting back tears now, low key, you know what I'm saying? Trying to stay on course, get this out, and not get, full of that emotion, you know what I'm saying? Because can't nobody replace that, you know what I'm saying? Side note on this story, if you got your mom and your dad in your life, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of whatever situation it is that you're going through, you only get one of them, you know what I'm saying? So cherish them, love them, respect them, spend time with them, ask them all the questions that you got or need or whatever the case may be, because when they gone, they gone. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no coming back for them, you know. Oh, crazy. So that's one example, you know what I'm saying, of just God, you know what I'm saying, working in me, through me, for his greater will. And you know what I'm saying? And for me to, you know, be there for somebody else, you know. So yeah, y'all just stay locked in, you know what I'm saying? And get into the word, you know. You don't have to go to church right away. I'm not I mean, I think it would be good for, you know, you to do that, but I mean, I know church ain't for everybody, and I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm a holy roller because, you know what I'm saying, I'm still walking through the wilderness myself in life. But I just thank God for where I am at in life, and where we are, you know what I'm saying, or where I am spiritually as well. I wish I had God in my life the way I do now when I was going through that situation with my mom, because I prayed every night, you know what I'm saying? Like prior to her getting sick and all that, like I did not go to bed, you know what I'm saying, without praying, you know. And after I lost my mom, I stopped, you know, like I was upset, you know, so I was pissed off, you know. I'm thinking like, out of all the people in this world, you know what I'm saying, that you call home, you call my mom home. But now I understand that it was all, you know what I'm saying, by design, and it was a, you know, preordained, you know, homegoing for her. I just have to appreciate the time that I got to spend with her. And yeah, because that was one of the greatest women in my life or whatever, you know. I'm gonna touch on another thing, since I touched on the disability segment of it, and how your greatest setback, you know what I'm saying, or a setback could be a setup, you know what I'm saying, to do even more great things in life, you know, and, you know, fulfill God's purpose and his will or whatever. Fast forward with the disability thing, once I got to a certain state and healthy or whatever, you know, I wasn't completely healthy. I'm gonna say I was probably about 70-75%, you know what I'm saying, if that. They, you know, gave your boy the boot off disability. They was just like, you know, yeah, your injection fraction has increased to a level that, you know, we don't see that, you know, we should be helping you financially anymore or whatever like that. So it wasn't much I could do outside of, you know what I'm saying, a doctor's recommendation, or them saying, you know, anything more about, you know, me needing to stay on disability or whatever. But God, you know what I'm saying, got off disability. I was going a few months without, you know what I'm saying, any income whatsoever. And it got to the point where I was just like, I'm gonna just get back out here and, you know, work. You know, I can't not do anything. I can't not have money. I got, you know what I'm saying, kids. You know what I'm saying? I just not me. I gotta, you know what I'm saying, do for mines as well. So let me tell you how God worked. It was only, I think I was kicked off of disability in June or July. I think it was July. When I tell you, I was able to find a job within the next few months or whatever, and it was the best job I've had, you know what I'm saying, to date. I'm still currently employed there, but God made a way, you know what I'm saying, to put me in a position better than I was with, you know, disabilities. Like, because for a while I wasn't happy with the monthly one time, you know what I'm saying, little money that they threw at you. I made it work, but I was content with my kids being good, because my kids, had everything that they needed financially based on what they were sending them. So I was just like, as long as my kids good, I'll eat ramen noodles, I'll eat PB&Js, I'll do whatever I need to do, to manage, because, that's what resilient people do. We manage, So, but I thought, I didn't know where I was going, be able to get money from or whatever. I did go a while doing a little gig work. I wish I had did the YouTube thing then or whatever, but YouTube wasn't really popping like that with like gig work videos. Maybe it wasn't me just not watching YouTube like that, but I don't recall YouTube videos popping like that with gig work. But I did a little DoorDash, I did a little Postmates, I did a little what's the other one? I got DoorDash, Uber Eats. Did that for a little bit. Where I really found my calling was with Shipt. I was doing the grocery delivery thing. I know people do Spark now with Walmart, but this one was affiliated with Deerbergs, Target, and those stores, as I call them, the creme de la creme of the stores. Walmart, them bottle feeders. Not a player. I shop at Walmart all the time. But I enjoyed, being able to do those stores or whatever. And I'm trying to recall how I even found out about it. I'm pretty sure it was through my research, but I thank God that, I was able to get those, jobs or whatever like that, to hold me over, because I was about to skip ahead to, I did skip ahead talking about the job I am now, because I did the gig work before I have the job that I have. So when I lost, disability in June, July, I went to doing, the Uber Eats DoorDash thing. And that's when I'm saying, like, being even at 75%, going out here grabbing groceries, carrying up steps and doing all these things and stuff like that, it was very taxing on your boy. I'm a heart patient, and God, knew that I probably shouldn't have been doing that the way I was. So, he threw another lifeline out at me. I was able to apply at the job that I am at now. And I got in right before COVID. I had a referral at the job or whatever, shout out to them. And they happened to reach out to the hiring manager, because they were hiring people. I had put my application in like September, October, or something like that, prior. And, through the employee portal, you will see, if somebody you referred, the status of the application. She just saw it was like still pending. And then she's like, it's been people coming in, saying y'all ain't called, my referee yet. So they reached out to me. They set up an interview with me. I'm talking about nervous beyond nervous, because I knew how bad I needed this job. I knew how bad I needed to get out of doing this gig work, because my car at the time was falling. Dang, ain't that like crazy how the phone slipped? My car was falling apart. Like when I tell you, I left Deerbergs one time and I'm driving, and then like, what was the muffler? One of the mufflers or whatever underneath my neon just like dropped. Like it's dragging, and I'm just like, Lord, I do not need this right now, because I need my car. If I don't have my car, I can't work. If you don't eat, you don't grind, you don't shine, you don't, that flow. But God, pulled me through to where I could get the interview. They love me, and they give me a, start date that was like a month and a half or something, out or whatever the case may be. So I just need to hold on until I can get to this interview or whatever. Get into training or whatever for the job, and it was supposed to be phones or whatever. Well, actually they told me it was like email work. I get into the orientation, they say it's phone work, and I'm just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I heard voice was a monster. You know, I heard voice is a nightmare when it comes to working. And both my sisters have, you know, had voice positions, but I'm willing to do whatever I need to do, you know what I'm saying, at this point in time. I think the training was like, it was more than 2 weeks or whatever like that. But however, during the second week or whatever, is when COVID hit, and we found out that we went from being, you know, everybody was basically going remote, and they gave us a choice with, you know, being email work or voice, you know, with voice having the incentive of, I don't even know if it was $1 or what it was, but it wasn't worth it, you know what I'm saying? Just me knowing how stressful voice could be. Man, got in this position, and I've been rocking out ever since. I done went from, you know, the front line to a special team, you know what I'm saying, getting promoted, you know, multiple times to the position that I am now, you know what I'm saying, right under the lead on the team. And God has definitely been looking out for me, because I never knew the things I would be able to do, you know what I'm saying, with this opportunity, you know, as far as being able to, you know, take care of my family, take care of myself, you know, even better, and just being happier. Like, I would never want to go back to that disability life and what it brings. But you asked me then when I was on disability, like, I was just like, hey, it is what it is, you know. But that's how God work. I wrote this down too from Romans chapter 8, verse 28, I believe. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. So we know, as it said, that all things work together for good to them that love God. And although I went through a period which I was, you know what I'm saying, mad at my father, you know what I'm saying, God, he knew my heart. And like the pastor said, you know, when I started going to the City of Life, you know, that was the first person that, you know, let your boy know that it's okay to be upset, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to voice your frustrations to the Lord or whatever, you know. There's been multiple stories in the Bible where, you know what I'm saying, there have been the chosen that has to him, you know. So just want to let y'all know that whatever you're going through, if it's a setback, just look at it and know that God promises are true or real and real. And your setback is a set up, you know what I'm saying, for success and God's, you know what I'm saying, purpose and will for you, you know what I'm saying? So y'all stay locked in. Are you locked in? You know what I'm saying? Sunday service episode 2. This episode went a lot longer than I thought it would. I was just gonna try to keep it short and cute, and you know, it just went where God wanted it to go. So appreciate y'all for listening. If you made it this far, and y'all a real one, y'all are MVP, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget that you are a first round draft pick on Jesus' team, you know what I'm saying? Team Jesus all the way, you know, but be more like God, tell somebody you love them, and I will holler at y'all in the next one.